particular scholarship program in a grant that we received, and we're going to give you a little bit about the origin of the grant, what the program is about, the benefits to you, and how your experience at GW in this particular program earning your MPH will be different and unique. So I am letting the last person, well, for the moment, the last person in the room, I am going to swing it on over to Jane Hyatt Thorpe, the Senior Associate Dean for Academic, Student, and Faculty Affairs. Actually, before Jane, you go, I am going to ask people, if you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat. We will get to them. We may answer them before we even have to read them, just by the presentation. And at the end, we'll also have time for people to put their hands up and ask questions either in the chat, or you can use your voices in your videos if you'd like. And so we will do it in those two ways. But without further ado, I'm going to swing it on over to Jane Hyatt Thorpe.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Heather, and welcome everyone. We're so glad that you have joined us today, and I'm looking forward to your meeting Jennifer Skillicorn as well. We feel very fortunate to have this, I think, unique opportunity for our school. It is very much aligned with the work that we do in terms of our educational programs, our scholarship programs, our work in the field, our applied work in the field, and really everything that we do. The goal of this program, and I want to be very clear that this is actually a scholarship program. So this program offers a full scholarship to students who are either full-time students in our
recording in progress
program or our online MPH at GW. And so we actually have two separate processes that we do, one for the residential MPH students who've been admitted to the residential MPH for fall of 23. And then this presentation is for those of you who are in the process of applying to the MPH at GW that also begins in the fall of 2023. And as we get into the details, you'll see that this is a scholarship program that will support you financially as you are pursuing your academic and career goals, but it's very much oriented around advancing the public health workforce. So George Washington University School of Public Health is actually one of several schools. It was a competitive grant process. We applied to HRSA for this grant opportunity that would allow us to provide scholarship funding to students in our residential and online MPH programs. We're very thrilled that after quite a application process, and many thanks to Heather and Jen who are on the call with me today, and our great team here at School of Public Health, we successfully put together a wonderful application demonstrating how we not only currently do incredible work with our students in terms of thinking about future opportunities and career placements in the public health workforce, specifically state and local health departments, but how that we would continue to do so and frankly be able to do more should we have the opportunity to have scholarship funding for students who are really dedicated to pursuing careers in the public health workforce and specifically in local and state health departments. So as you can see, the goals of the program, and actually I want to note too, this is a new program. We competed for this grant award and we're received notice actually a little bit later than this time last year and launched our first cohort of public health scholars in January of 2023 because we received notice of the award right before the semester started for fall of 2022. So we went through a similar process as this and selected a group of 10 scholars that started in January of 2023. And now we're looking and recruiting our second group of public health scholars for the start of fall of 2023. So ultimately, this is a 3-year grant, and ultimately there will be 30 public health scholars. So we have 10 who are currently in the program. We'll be adding 10 more for fall of 2023, and then there'll be 10 more in the fall of 2024. And hopefully this will lead to additional grant funding and scholarship funding that we can provide to our students who are really dedicated to the public health workforce and particularly local and state health departments. So as you can see here, the goals and mission of the program, and again, this is a combination of both, as Jen and Heather will share, both classroom opportunities and external opportunities through your practicum, through our work with our partner NACCHO, and other opportunities. So it's really a very comprehensive program, both in terms of the content as well as the scholarship funding that's available. But our goal and our hope in working with HRSA and receiving these funds is that we will be able to expand and increase the public health workforce. We're really dedicated to creating a pipeline in particular for our incredible graduates who are interested in committed to working in local and state health departments and other public health organizations, primarily in medically underserved areas. As many of you are likely aware, our most recent experience navigating COVID really shined a light on the vast gaps and needs in our public health workforce in particular. And so this is really, the emphasis here is really to help restore, rebuild, regrow the public health workforce, especially again at the local and state health department level. And I keep reiterating that because really, when you're thinking about public health work in particular, so much happens at that local and state level with working with communities, regions within the state. So much of the work that's really person to person, team to team, that's really emphasizing public health issues happens at that level. An equally important component of this is also to address public health inequities and health disparities into practice. And so part of the educational and curricular piece of this, as well as the practice piece of this, is to really help educate and raise awareness around the challenges that our health system faces in terms of inequities and disparities and its impact on health and healthcare delivery and the health and wellness, frankly, of our communities, our states, and our country as a whole. And then, of course, this grant did grow out of sort of this recognition during COVID of the extreme need for a strong public health workforce. And so thinking about that experience in particular and potentially future public health emergencies, making sure that the future public health workforce is really prepared to prevent, prepare for, and respond to public health emergencies in particular. So again, through a combination of academic, curricular, practice, and other opportunities, the goal of this program is to support our students both in terms of content and expertise development, as well as the financial support that comes through the scholarship program in particular. So with that, I think I'm turning it to Heather.
Yes, and I already see a few questions about who is eligible for this program. So I just want to be clear, this particular program is different than just applying to the MPH program and the online program. So all of our students who apply to the online program will automatically be reviewed for scholarships, and there will be a $10,000 scholarship for students who get admitted to the online MPH program. This program is funded by the federal government, so there are some scholarship eligibility rules. And I do see some of the questions because I believe some of the students on the call are international students. But because of the source of this funding, all students who are in this program must be a US citizen and enrolled in our online MPH program. We also have a residential program. That selection process and that application process is a little bit different. So those 7 students have been chosen, and now we're looking for 3 more students to join our cohort. You must be a full-time, first-time and full-time student to our MPH program for the online program starting this fall of 2023. So it is cohort-based. You have to begin this fall, and you must be a full-time student. A full-time student is defined as 9 credits for the fall semester, 9 credits for the spring semester. And so in the spring semester for the online program, there's 2 terms. So you can do 4 credits, 5 credits, or you could do more. But that is required of the program. And you must the thing that we're looking for that sets people apart, because a lot of people are going to hit the first criteria, right? A US citizen in the MPH program. And a full-time student, but we are looking for students who demonstrate interest in conducting a practicum and are working in the local health department and or state health department. Just as Dean Thorpe mentioned, this is the reason that we got the grant. We are looking to increase this work population for public health. And so that, of course, is the type of student that we're looking for, someone who's interested and their goals are working in a Department of Health, hopefully in the future. And then obviously interest in working in culturally and linguistically diverse populations. All right, moving right along. I do see some questions. I will have to check is if you are a permanent resident or a US citizen, I believe, and I'm looking at Jane, maybe she knows, someone asked about a green card. I will have to double check that while the next speaker is speaking, and we will double check on that. This is not for transfer students within programs. This is for brandy new MPH students that are starting in the online program this fall. Okay, just so you know. So the question is, how do you apply? I am going to post the this link that is in this application, that is in this presentation. There is a short application. The deadline is a very hard deadline on Wednesday, August 19th, basically before midnight. You will be asked to write 2 essays, 500 to 1,000 words. It does not need to be super long. And you can see the questions here. The first question is, as a future public health professional, what are the top 2 issues within the field that need to be addressed to improve the state of public health in the US? And the second one is, in your current work and or your future work, how do you envision your MPH program and degree allowing you to contribute in a meaningful way to the mission of the George Washington School of Public Health and the HRSA grant? So then obviously you're going to want to just remember what the purpose is. And again, this will all be in the application for you, but that is how you apply. It is an online application. I will post it in the comments when I am done speaking, so you can all click on it, and we will obviously also email it to you guys as well. Once the application is submitted, the committee will review all the applicants who did the application fully. We will then select a group of semifinalists. This is very important for you guys to notice. You have to be available for one of these times. There will be quick, about 15, 20-minute interviews scheduled on Monday, August 28th from 11 to 1 Eastern time, and Wednesday, August 30th, 1 to 3 o'clock Eastern time. You absolutely have to be available during one of those time slots. So what will happen is we're going to read them. We are going to come up with a list of semifinalists. We are going to send an email to all the semifinalists at the same time, and they will be able to sign up for a time period during one of like a 15, 20-minute time period during those time slots. And at that time, you'll join us on Zoom again, and you'll meet the committee, and they'll ask you a few questions about kind of your future plans, why you're interested in this program. And we will then select our finalists. Again, we're looking for 3 students to receive this award. We will let everyone know by September 1st. We will let you know how to accept the scholarship. And the commitment from the people who get the scholarship will be September 8th. So if there's someone who is unable to commit to being a full-time student or decides that this is not the right place for them, we will then go ask the next person on our list. So we will make sure that we give them. Oh, and I see Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer. A student trainee receiving support from grant funds must be a citizen, national, or permanent resident of the United States. Thank you very much, Jennifer. All right, so that is how you do it. And now I'm going to swing it over. And again, we will answer questions at the end. So if everyone can stay on mute for a little bit longer, and I'm going to swing it over to Jennifer to talk about the benefits of this program. Obviously, it's financial benefits, but there's other great professional benefits as well. So Jennifer, swinging it over to you.
Great, thank you. So, I mean, the biggest benefit by far is a funded MPH degree, which is fantastic perk and something really worth considering and applying for and trying your best in terms of your application and interview. We know how expensive higher education can be, and so this is why we were just so excited when we saw this grant opportunity from HRSA for us to apply so that we could try to extend some more dollars to our students to support their education. along with really the mission of this scholars program, which Jane alluded to a few times in terms of the importance of working at the local and state health department level and supporting the local and state health infrastructure overall. So that's the big thing. In addition to that, and in addition to all the wonderful things that you get through your MPH program, you also get additional support, programming, mentorship, and career service guidance. So there's a small but mighty team of us really working quite a bit in supporting this program, and so through that team we are able to offer a variety of services and additional support to all of you, in addition to all the wonderful things that you get through your MPH program as well. And again, these things focus on the core areas of the grant, right? So additional learning activities related to emergency preparedness, policy, social determinants of health and health equity, ongoing support for your identifying your practicum. I know that sometimes that can be stressful for some students to try to identify those practicum opportunities in the timeline that you have so you can graduate on time. You get a lot of support from us and our partner NACCHO in identifying those opportunities. And then also support as you from career services, helping you think about, and NACCHO and us helping you navigate kind of the waters of finding employment post graduation, if that's what you're looking for, and also fully funded ability to attend the NACCHO 360 conference, which I'll talk more about on the next slide. Ooh, storm is rolling in if you hear some loud thunder in the background. So your commitment, again, I like to think about this as your commitment, but also what you gain from this, because there's all this additional programming and support. So you can either think about it as additional things to do or just great opportunities to really fully round out your MPH education at GW. So completing your practicum experience at a local health department or state health department. So you are required to do that through the scholarship program. It can also, sometimes we've noticed with our cohort 1 scholars that there's nuances in where they work. If they work at the federal government, they may or may not be allowed to work in certain situations. I think you should go into this thinking that that's what you will be doing, but if there are unique circumstances, we can find like affiliated practicum opportunities as well for you. So there's a little bit of flexibility, but really the main point is you should be interested in working and exploring career opportunities at local and state health departments. You also do agree to attend in person the annual NACCHO 360 conference. I just got back from this year's conference. It was in Denver in July, and talking to NACCHO, it usually is over the summer. So just definitely something to consider in terms of how you spend your summers, that it is, a 3-day commitment over the summer. I think it usually is in July. And very soon I'll be checking the website periodically to see when they announce the dates for next year, but that should be coming up soon. It was a fantastic experience having just gotten back with our 10 scholars from cohort 1. We do, and I'll talk more about this in a second, but we do virtual monthly forums for 2 hours where we all come together, we learn together, we ask questions. And we do them virtually because we have residential and online students. But this is the one opportunity where we all get to meet in person and spend some time in person together. A lot of the scholars spent a lot of time going to sessions together and really bonded really strongly. They're trying to find opportunities to reconnect and to take courses together. So it was really exciting, and they just learned a ton about how local health departments work and really what the field is like and what the hot cross-cutting topics of the day are. We also require that you complete a portfolio over the course of your 2-year academic program. This is a small lift. It's really to support you in moving forward with your career plans. So, things like a resume and writing a draft cover letter, some deliverables from your practicum experience, that sort of thing. So things that you will be conveyed to you, you'll be supported in doing, and will make sense for you in doing in order for you to take your next steps. Again, I alluded to this earlier, but we do ask that you attend the virtual monthly forum sessions, which are 2 hours typically on a Friday, but we ask for availability, make sure it works with everyone's schedules. Usually through our programs, we don't have a lot of courses on Fridays, so Fridays are often a nice time to hold these sessions. And again, we hear from Career Services, we hear from NACCHO, we hear from local health professionals working at local and state health departments, and we talk about a variety of, hot topic, cross-cutting issues of the day as well. And then lastly, you get to and you are asked to join the GW NACCHO student chapter. I think there's just a couple of these. Heather, you can jump in if I'm wrong, but NACCHO is kind of piloting this and piloting it with GW. And so there's monthly sessions where students, both through this scholarship program, but at GW more widely, can attend and again, learn more about local public health. And there's just a number of benefits and additional resources that are available through that student chapter. So lots of, this is the commitment, but also lots of opportunities for additional kind of learning and growth through this program.
And now we're on to the question
不是
part.
说那些人虐待他了，或者
All right,
让
I'm going to make sure everyone is muted. And I am going to unshare my screen so you can see our beautiful faces a little bit bigger, I think. I am looking at the questions. The one question that I did see that we have not answered is when is the application in general due for the online program? And that actually is due on July 27th. So in a couple days. If you need an extension or something, it is recommended that you reach out to your admissions counselor in that case. And the other thing I said I was going to do is I was going to give you guys the link to the application. I wanted to unshare my screen because things started popping up all over the place. So I apologize for that. And let me throw this in here for you. All right. Is there an email? Yes. If you have more questions about the program, yes. If you have particular, I'm going to give you my email. If you have questions about the HRSA program, feel free to reach out to me about the HRSA program. I can answer any questions about that application process. But if you do have questions about your online MPH application, things like that, I am going to have you work with your admissions counselor on that piece. I'm not privy to all of that. So please make sure you reach out to them if you have questions about your application to the online program, where you stand, or questions about the MPH program. But if you do have specific questions about the HRSA application and that process, feel free to reach out directly to me. I put my email address in there, and you can see the form in there, which if you open it up, is the application for the application for the HRSA program. Will the questions be the same for 2024? Yes, and that will be our final year. At the moment, it is a 3-year program. So fall 2024 will be the final entry place. And it is a cohort basis. So it is the fall semester. Again, as Dean Thorpe mentioned, the first group started last year. The second group is starting this fall 23, and the final group will be fall 24. So you have to apply for fall. And then the next question, and I will let Jennifer, I'm going to keep on, ask Jennifer probably to answer this one. Is it any state or local Department of Health anywhere in the entire United States?
Yes, that's correct. There's a lot of flexibility, and we'll Well, we can't guarantee that we can get you a spot there if you're talking about the practicum opportunity, but we can try our best to leverage our networks. Along with each scholar is certainly able to do their own, networking and reaching out as well. But that is, again, one of the really nice things is that NACCHO really provides a lot of support through their network to identify appropriate spots for our scholars. So what we do is we ask students about what their interests are, where they're interested in doing a practicum, and then we work with NACCHO to find those connections and opportunities.
I am finding out how you get the app fee waiver. If I don't get the answer before we are done today, because I just emailed our online team to find out how exactly that happens. You definitely can talk to your admissions person though, and tell them that you were here. Tell them I said, yes, you were here. And they will absolutely take care of it for you. I'm just not certain if there's a certain code. If I get one by the time we answer all the questions, I will let you all know. And they told me, just talk to your admissions counselor, let them know they attended, and they will absolutely handle that for you. There you go. The next question I see is a requirement for how long we must serve in a state or local health department after graduation. I see Jennifer shaking.
Yeah, no, there's not. We'd like you to serve for, we really hope that this becomes part of your career trajectory, but there's not a minimum or maximum for that.
Thank you. So just to be clear, this is a fall cohort start only. So if you apply in another semester, you're not eligible for this particular program. You must start this September. The other piece that tends for people need to be aware of is you do need to be a full-time student, meaning you must take 9 credits in the fall and the spring, and I believe it's 6 credits in the summer, but you do. The hope is that by paying for your tuition will give you a little more flexibility that you will be able to be a full-time student. And so we hope that helps. Oh, someone works in the Department of Health, which is awesome. That is always helpful because we know that you work there, you're passionate about it, and you probably will want to continue to do that. So that is very helpful information for us to have. All right, any other questions? So
and I just add too that if any of you do have experience, please highlight that in your application, in your narrative section. We'd love to read about it.
Absolutely.
But it is not necessary. So you can have just a very strong interest and a compelling interest, and that will be very competitive too.
Excellent. So just a couple things, just as a reminder, as we start to sign off, my email address, I will put it in one more time. If you have particular questions about this program, feel free to email me. My name is Heather Renault. I want the application is in the, I will paste it here again. There's the application, so you can start looking at it. Just a reminder, it is due on August 19th. It will absolutely shut down at midnight, so August 19th at 11:59. So as soon as we hit August 20th, it will shut down. We had a lot of applications for the residential program. We anticipate a lot of applications. It will be competitive. It's obviously worth a lot of money and a lot of great benefits. So it obviously is going to be a competitive program. So August 19th. And just another reminder, and it will say this is all in the application. I wrote the dates in the application too, just as a reminder. You will have to be available. You must be able to do a Zoom meeting on August 28th or August 30th. So it's one or the other for 15-20 minutes. So just a quick reminder on that. Judging by the amount of interest, I think we'll have a little flexibility on the Monday and Wednesday. So if one works for you, just make sure when you get the email from us that you just sign up as soon as you can. So just a couple other things: fall start, full-time student, MPH. We are so excited. We absolutely love this program. The students that we have in the program are outstanding. Jennifer came back with a renewed, after she went to the NACCHO 360 conference, she came back glowing, excited, rejuvenated. And it's just a great reminder about all the great work that all of you are going to do in the future and the great work that we do every day. So thank you so much for coming. Everyone have a most wonderful day. Keep us posted if you need anything. Talk to your admissions counselor if you have any questions about the MPH program. And we hope you become we just changed our moniker, a revolutionary. That is our new moniker. So raise high GW and we will see you soon. Everyone have a great day.